But Min, I want to talk to you about one more aspect today, which is buy now, pay later. And we're all familiar with the concept now because it's available so easily to everybody. If you're buying white goods online, then that's something that is available. You get great deals out there. But I saw a report the other day, Yukta, my producer, pointed out to me, Coachella is something that people are going to using buy now, pay later. It's not hit India yet. People are not necessarily going for festivals and taking vacations on buy now, pay later, but it could happen. What do you think about that?
Oh, I've been here seeing all these travel now, pay later ads, with this holiday season coming up. So I think it's quite widespread, and I mean, honestly, I don't think it's a good idea to do this. While you do have some very good deals, and it's like, okay, no interest if you pay it on time. But the point is that it really makes you habituated to living life on debt and possibly spending much more than what you have the ability to actually spend. So, spending beyond your affordability. So, I actually believe that as far as buy now, pay later is concerned, use it only if there is like some sort of a very urgent need for which you don't have any other funds available. Then it's fine to use it. And the fact is that, again, pay it within that period that has been given, the interest free period. It works in those cases. Now, using it for funding every aspiration of yours is certainly going to cost you heavy, because you'll just get into this circle of taking one and then taking another one to fund the first one, and so on and so forth, basically.
So we actually interestingly sent out a poll on social media just to find out what all of you think, and I'm quite encouraged by the results, honestly. Only about 8.3% of you said that you would consider using BNPL or buy now, pay later for concerts and clothes. 37.5% on electronics, which is understandable considering that so many white goods, laptops, televisions, and the like are available on buy now, pay later. Travel bookings is 12.5%. Think about that for a bit. And I'd rather wait and save. This is encouraging to me. 41.7% of respondents said that they would rather wait and save. So that's good news, Bryn, and hopefully the others are also listening to you. I just want to ask a couple of things here. Is there an interest component or a cost component in buy now, pay later? How do you understand that?
So basically, if you don't pay it on time and you decide to extend the period, then there's going to be a 36% and odd interest that is going to be charged. And you have one option that at the end of the interest-free period, you can say that now I want to convert this into an EMI. So if you actually do that, so it will still cost you 27 to 35%, which I think is pretty high. I mean, always remember when you're paying this interest rate that your income is not growing at that rate. So you shouldn't be. It's criminal, if you ask me, if you have to pay 27% or 35% interest, right? So yes, so on the default, 35%. On converting to EMI, 27 to 35% is the interest rate that's applicable.
Okay, and you mentioned what happens in the event of a default, but what are the other implications? It's like any other debt, right? It would hit your credit score.
Yeah, it's going to impact your credit score. It's going to be there on your credit report in case if you defaulted. And of course, even if you convert it into the EMI, it's going to come up on the credit score.
And so, have you seen instances where people have had their credit scores impacted? How much of a dent can you see? Because these are not necessarily the largest payments that you make, 500,000, 2,000 rupees, but then that can add up.
Yeah, I'm sure it can add up. I mean, I don't have exact data on how much it will impact the credit score, but I'm sure it will. And again, we must remember, Alex, that people are not just taking one BNPL. At a time, people who are used to taking BNPL will have about 3-4 of them running parallelly on different sites. So all of that is going to add up in some form or the other if you're not going to pay it back on time.
Yeah, and by the way, a lot of lending companies are actually holding back and pulling back on their unsecured lending, which is essentially part of all of this. This is part of all of that. And so that should give you a sense of the fact that it's become very profligate, and you should bear that in mind. Bryn, thanks so much for joining today and for speaking about everything that we did speak about. insightful conversation as always.